Hello guys, it's BlackRed from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today we're gonna do a little tutorial about poison tiles in Eden or Rock. And before to start the video, I'm gonna just thank you all for the 1K subscribers. It was like a goal for me, so I'm really happy that I reached it. For the equation, you can see that I did a new logo. I hope you guys like it. I really like it actually. So let's start now the video about poison tiles. So what's a poison tile? For those who don't know, when you take tiles, you need a loyalty to take them. So for example, you can check on this level 12 that I need 4k 800 loyalty to take it. So I have more, so it's gonna be okay, 0% damage. But if I take, for example, this 15 right here, you can see that I don't have enough loyalty, so I'm going to take a percent of damage. So in this case, it's going to be 67.38% damage each turn. So how it works. So when you attack a tile, there's 5 legions to beat, okay? So you can check right here. So I'm going to take an example. So you can see here that there is 5 legions to beat to be able to take the tile. So each turn I'm going to take a percent of damage. So you can see, do I have the 15 right here? So the 15, you can see that I took it also, and when you're going to see the video, you can see that I'm going to take that percent each turn. So this bug always happen, it's okay. So you can see poisoned. So now the fight is going to start. I'm going to start dealing the damage. And normally I'm going to kill it in 1 round. And they're dead. And they're dead. And now you can see I took the poison. So it's always depending of the amount of troops that you have. So the next round I'm going to have less troops. And I'm going to take also less poison damage. So that's why like this, you're going to survive until the end. You can see at the end, I'm going to have really not a lot of troops, but I'm still going to be able to kill the Legion and to take the poison tile. So you can see. So that's why you don't need a lot of troops. What is really important when you're taking poison tiles, because since it's a percent of amount of troops that get killed, more troops you're going to use on your Legion, more troops you're going to lose. So it's really not necessary to use full legions to take the tiles. So in the first tiles, the really 1 to 10, something like this, you're going to only need like 1k troop in each hero to take a poison tile. Normally it should be enough. But after when they get a little bit harder, we used to put in the front row, we always usually put the damage dealer on the front row, so we put him like 50k first round, second round 10k, and last round 10k, because usually the 2 other heroes are just support, so we don't care about the damage and they don't need a lot of troops. So this is the basic that we use normally, or also when it's a little bit hard, you can still like put more troops on the front row. You can use 50k, 10k on second row, and 10k on the third row. So this is basically why we don't use a lot of troops to take a poison tile. That's the main reason. So you need to use the less as possible. So what is important to know also is that, for example, you can see that I used a burst legion, the one with Ethelfred. So the thing with those legions is that you need to kill the legions in 1 turn, because if you don't, for example here, if it's 67%, if I don't kill them on the first row, I'm gonna die on the second row, because if I take 67 and the next again 67, I'm gonna be 0. So if the tile is under 50%, it's gonna be a little bit easier, because you're gonna be able to not kill the legions in 1 turn, and you're still gonna survive. So more than 50%, it's going to be harder, and under, it's going to be a little bit easier. So this is important. It's important to know. So you need to know your troops, your tech. So of course you need to test, and it's going to depend about a lot of facts. Because someone who, for example, have really a bad technology can have more difficulties to take a tile because he's going to be less damage. So it's going to be more complicated for him. So why we took those poison? Actually, we took this poison to be just faster, actually, because we want to take them as fast as possible, because more higher tiles you're going to get, more resources you're going to get, and it means also more buildings you're going to upgrade, so everything going to be better. That's why it's super important to always try to reach every day the highest tile as possible, even if you need like 3 hits to take one tile who is higher than your royalty. It's going to be good to do it, because after you take it, you're going to be able to upgrade the lower tiles. Because for example, if for me it's difficult to take 15, if I take one today, I already took, after this I'm going to be able to upgrade my 14 tiles to the 15, you know, with the perk. Let me show, for example, let's take one with this strategy, land development. So with this, I'm going to be able to change 5 tiles per day into the highest that I took. For example, here I can make the 14 to become a 15. So it's really important to always focus to take the highest tile as possible. So let's talk now about the combos. So the combos that you're going to use, because you need specific combos to be able to take those poison tiles, it's going to be better. So let's talk about 3 legions more popular, we're going to say, right now to take the poison tiles. So there's Immortal, Rosen, and Beast Queen. You can also replace Beast Queen by Pharah. It's going to be also really good. So as I say, the damage is in front, the 2 others are supporting the damage. You can put 30k in the front, 10k for Rosen, 10k for Beast. It's going to be enough. It should be enough. If not, you're going to put a little more. Or if not, it means that your tech is not good enough. You have also Arslan, Scarlet Healer, who's going to be really great. It's not going to be a burst, because I talk about burst legions are good because you're going to kill the other legion in one round, but with Arslan not. He's going to more work with the healing, so he's going to make more rounds to beat the legion, but he's going to be really healed a lot, so he can survive to the damages. So it's a good legion. And then also you have another one, and actually for me, the best free-to-play legion to take poison tiles in SX17. So it's going to be Ethelfred, Elk, Sakura. You can also replace Elk by Frederick. Both are really great, and this season I don't know why, but they are working really well, because I always was using Arslan in the last season. It was really great, but this season I don't know why. It's really less stronger, and my tech in archery is really not the best, because I work a lot on infantry and cavalry, and I'm still taking more easier with Ethelfred than with Arslan combo, because this also is very important. When you're going to choose the legion that you want to use to take poison tiles, you need to think about your tech. Because for example, I had a friend who was using Arslan, and she was always failing to take high tiles. And she was asking me why she can't, and why me with the same loyalty I was able to. I told her because of the tech. So because she was more focused on cavalry, so I told her to use Immortal instead, a cavalry legion. It's gonna work better for her, and she did, and she took the tile. So this is important. Choose depending the troops that you are using. But actually, the Ethelfred is working super great this season, so I recommend you to use it, because for me it's really working super well. So those 3 legions are really great to take poison tiles. Of course, there's really way more, but those ones are really top legions to take it. Also something important, because when you're going to take tiles who are really far, you're gonna have a decrease of damage if I can find a tile, let me find one for. So if, for example, I take this tile, so I'm gonna have a decrease of damage of 70%. This is really important. When you're taking poison tiles from distance, it's gonna be really impacting those burst legions like the Immortal one and Ethelfred one, because they really need a lot of damage to kill the other legion fast. Because if they don't kill it in the first round, it's gonna be super hard for them to beat all the legions. So when you're taking tiles from distance like this, it's really better to use Arslan. Arslan gonna be way more a good job because he don't need that much damage because he's gonna survive with his healing. So it's gonna be more interesting to use Arslan to take distant tiles than to use burst legions like Immortal and Ethelfred. Another thing, if you're taking an enemy tile whose poison means that you don't have loyalty enough to take it, of course you can use a full legion because you're gonna need 500 demolition to take it in one. So, or you're gonna use your normal. You're gonna use less troops as I showed you, and you can take it in two hits or three. It's gonna depend of the demolition. Or you're gonna use, for example, Arslan, but you need a full legion or almost full legion to take it, so it's gonna cost you a lot of troops. So the best to do is to use Arslan, Avalanche, and Healer, because this way, with extra demolition of Avalanche, you're gonna be able to take the enemy poison tile in one shot. Because actually, Scarlet is not that much important in the combo with Arslan to take poison tile, so you can put the Avalanche there. So then you can use less troops, and then you're gonna lose less troops and take the tile in one shot. So this is really also very useful when you're gonna take an enemy poison tile. So I think I said the most important here. So I hope I'm gonna help you for your poison tiles, and I try to make it as more simple as possible. I hope it was not a little bit too much complicated. So if you guys have some questions, of course you can write on the comments. I'm gonna help as much as I can, and I'm gonna let you with this video. For the next, I guess we're gonna do something about the spec, because I saw some people asking me on the comments, so I'm gonna do a video about the spec for Eden. So I let you guys with this video, and I see you soon for the next. Peace out.